Azusa Casino Stadium. This is Gold Sox Baseball, presented by Sierra Central Credit Union and Linenger Injury Lawyers. With tonight's game, here's Todd Cunin.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another night of Yuba-Sutter Gold Sox baseball. This time, Game 2 of the West Coast World Series. Gold Sox, they won their first game of the series against the SoCal Halos. And tonight they take on a familiar opponent, an opponent they've seen several times last year, maybe once this year, the San Francisco Seals. Seals won their first game. So the Gold Sox taking on the Seals here tonight from Hard Rock Park. Out on the mound, newcomer to the ball club, Ben Elder gets the start. Behind the plate, Nate Vargas. That's your battery on the right side. First base, John Sheehan, also new to the ball club, filling in for a lot of the power that has been lost. And Troy Shields, speed with Cole Warner, other folks having to go on to their college seasons. Over on the right side also, Isaiah Terrazas at second. On the left side of the infield, Will Bermudez, Mr. Reliable. He's got the start at shortstop. Brad Madison over on the left side of the infield, the hot corner of third base. From left to right in the outfield, Stephen Canez, Matt Smith, and Hunter Haynes over in right. You might have noticed Brandon Motherall not out of the field tonight, but his bat is in the lineup. And that's your starting lineup for the Yuba-Sutter Gold Sox. Looking at the starting lineup for the San Francisco Seals. Leading off for the Seals, Joe Diana, Brian Rosario, Joe Hollerbeck. Two Joes in the first three batters in the lineup for the San Francisco Seals. Then it's Chris Mills, George Christensen, and Keon Johnston. Rounded out the bottom of the order, Cody Gardner, Connor McClellan, and Kyler Crone. First pitch to Diana, called strike. Time of the first pitch, 8:05 p.m. No balls, one strike. The count to Joe Diana. Big Ben Elder, and I mean big. He must be coming in around 6'3", 6'4". Really solid build. The mustache kind of reminds me of a left-handed throwing Rod Beck, only without the handlebar mustache. One ball, one strike. The count to Joe Diana. Fastball misses just a bit inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. We are just underway here at Hard Rock Park. Gold Sox and the San Francisco Seals. Game 2 of the West Coast World Series for both ball clubs. It's been a full day of baseball as that one misses low and inside. 3 balls, 1 strike to the left-handed batting Diana against the left-handed throwing Ben Eldar. Full game of baseball yesterday, full game on the slate today in both locations. That's fouled up the right side and into the bullpen. I say the both locations. This has been a 16-team tournament. 8 teams playing here at Hard Rock Park. 8 teams playing down at McBean Stadium in Lincoln, hosted by the Lincoln Potters. They've had a great slate of games down the 65 in Lincoln, as have we here at Hard Rock Park. The 3-2 pitch misses high. So Diana with a leadoff walk here in the top of the first. Games started both days on Saturday and Sunday. First game at 9, second game 12:35, first game 4:05, and then the final game of the evening, both Friday and Saturday, being start time supposed to be about 7:30. We got underway a little bit late here because the 4:30 game went a little late. And here is Brian Rosario. He grounds that one to Bermudez at short. Relay over to first in time for the double play. Beautifully turned by Bermudez and Terrazas. And then over to Sheehan. So the two guys with Z's in their name get her done out there on the base paths. 2 down, and here's Joe Hollerback. That's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Right-handed batting Hollerback now steps in. First pitch from Eldar to the right-handed batting Hollerback. Swing and miss. Maybe he got a piece of it in and out of the glove of Nate Vargas. No balls, 1 strike here. Top of the first inning. Open up the window to get a little bit more of a breeze on me here. The 0-1 pitch, just a bit low and inside to the right-handed batting Hollerback. Now it's 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a shot on the left side into left field. Knez goes over, takes a knee. Throws it back into the infield to Bermudez. So with 2 down, Hollerback is on with a single. First hit of the game for the Seals. Just got a message from one of our most loyal listeners, the loyalist of loyal, telling me that she is somewhat conflicted. She grew up in San Francisco. She's a Giants fan, but back in the day before the Giants were around, she rooted for the San Francisco Seals. First pitch to Chris Mills. That was the pro ball club down in the Bay Area way back in the day. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Chris Mills. Something tells me this fan is going to overcome that conflict. The 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Chris Mills. 2 down here, top of the first, still no score. Ben Eldar on the mound for the Gold Sox. Left-hander checks the runner at first, then comes home with a breaking ball low. Nice stop by Nate Vargas to keep that from getting past him. That keeps Hollerback at first. So yes, even though the San Francisco Seals used to play, this is a different San Francisco Seals ball club. The name is the same, but in San Francisco, the pro ball club was replaced by the Giants. You can root for the Giants and pull for the Gold Sox. That's the story, and I'm sticking by it. And I'm using my play-by-play announcer Jedi mind trick on anyone listening. Pull for the Sox. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. That's in the dirt. Another nice stop by Vargas. Mills stays put at first base. 3-1 the count to Chris Mills. George Christensen waits on deck. As I said, great slate of games. Last night the Gold Sox came from behind in dramatic fashion, swing and a miss at the 3-1 delivery to Mills. Now the count is full, 3-2. Gold Sox erased a 3-run deficit, scored 7 in the bottom of the 5th and never looked back. It ended up just pounding the SoCal Halos, who played tonight's game. That one's high. Chris Mills with the walk, so with 2 down, runners at first and second. Nate Vargas wants to go out and have a mound with Eldar just to make sure they're on the same page, especially with the signs now that there's a runner on second base. But the Halos, somewhat of a contentious game last night between the Gold Sox and the Halos. Tempers flared, cooler heads prevailed, and then the cooler heads heated up again, and it was just back and forth all night, and the Gold Sox ended up with the victory by a substantial margin. So the Halos played again tonight. Their game was at the 4 o'clock game. I keep saying 4:30, around there. Third game of the day here at Hard Rock Park. They took on the West Coast Kings, and the Kings eliminated the Halos from the tournament. So here's George Christensen, left-handed batter facing the left-handed throwing Eldar. First pitch, slider, just a bit low. 1 ball, no strikes. Keon Johnston waiting on deck. Johnston, a tall right-hander in the on-deck circle. Eldar comes set. Glove chest high, checks the runner at second, now comes home. That one's just a bit high. 2 balls, no strikes. Eldar looking in. He's got the signs from Vargas, going through them very deliberately with the runner on second. The 2-0 delivery, fouled back to the backstop, 2-1. We've been at it for about 6-7 minutes here. Top of the first inning, just underway. 2 down, 2 on, no score. Ben Eldar on the mound for the Gold Sox. And the pitch misses just a bit high. So now, maybe it was more than just a bit. Above the letters. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Eldar looking to get out of this inning. The Jedi mind trick has worked, folks. That same fan just reached out to me again, said, pulling for the Gold Sox, no question. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. The 3-1 delivery. in there for a called strike. We have to get used to the idiosyncrasies of the home plate umpire. You'll hear the strike call before the point, and it's very loud, and with the field mic, we should be able to hear it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ben Eldar, new to the ball club, trying to get out of the first inning, not yielding any runs. The 3-2 delivery, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Eldar gets it done. Gold Sox get out of the top of the first, don't yield any runs. Bottom of the first coming up. It's gonna be Bermudez, Sheehan, and Motherall. That's a law firm name if ever I heard one. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Present.
Chris is an athlete. Chris is even an Iron Man. But 10 years ago, Chris was facing a very different story because his kidneys were failing.
Basically, the doctor said, if you don't get a kidney transplant and if you don't do dialysis, you are going to die.
Fortunately, Chris received a second chance at life, made possible by an organ donor.
You know, your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
More than 100 million people in America are registered organ, eye, and tissue donors. People of every age and ethnicity, because they believe it's the right thing to do. Imagine what you can make possible by leaving behind the gift of life. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Now, back to Gold Sox baseball with Todd Cunin.
Bottom of the first inning, Gold Sox, they'll send Bermudez. He'll lead off. Bermudez, Sheehan, and Motherall. Hunter Haynes in the cleanup spot, and why not? The guy just tattoos the ball seemingly every time he's in the batter's box. Except for last night, came up with the bases loaded and the ball tattooed him, but we still scored a run out of it. Thanks for taking one for the team, Hunter. Brad Madison, what a shot last night. Came up with a 3-3 tie. It was right after Haynes got hit by the pitch. That tied it up, bases still loaded, and Brad Madison put it over the right field wall for a grand slam. That put the Sox ahead 7-3. They never looked back. First pitch to Bermudez. There's a shot to right. Moving back on it. Right field looks it over the wall. Will Bermudez last night went yard over the left center field wall. Tonight, first pitch he sees from Blake Maddock. Leadoff home run. Give that man a cigar. And I'll tell you, one proud papa down there standing on the concourse watching his boy lead the Gold Sox with a leadoff home run here. Bottom of the first inning, Sox ahead 1-0. Now here's John Sheehan. Takes a called strike on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike to count to the Gold Sox first baseman tonight. That one low, gets away from the catcher. And the count is 1-1. We'll finish out the lineup really quick. So Madison in the 5 spot, followed by Smith and Terrazas, 6 and 7. Steven Canez and Nate Vargas, 8 and 9. And that is your starting lineup for the Gold Sox. There's a shot on the right side. No balls, 2 strikes to count now to Sheehan. Gold Sox on top with the leadoff home run on the off the bat of Bermudez. And they lead 1-0 over the Seals. The 1-2 delivery, curveball. Tell you, that was out of the zone, but that was a wicked-looking curveball out of the hand of Blake Maddock, who's pitching for the Seals tonight. The Sox definitely are going to take notice of that. The 2-2 delivery, fastball low and away. So now things are evened up at 3 balls, 2 strikes. After Sheehan's at bat, I'll give you the outfield for the fielding positions for the Seals. The 3-2 delivery to Sheehan, swing and miss, strike 3. Here's Brandon Motherall in the field for the Seals. Blake Maddock has the start. Connor McClellan behind the plate. That's your battery on the right side. Kean Johnston at first. Chris Mills at second. Joe Diana at shortstop. Joe Hollerback. It's the Joes on the left side. Hollerback at third. In the outfield from left to right, George Christensen, Kyler Crone, and Brian Rosario over in right. First pitch to Brandon Motherall. Out of the zone. That's a high drive to right, and Motherall, monkey see, monkey do, gone. Brandon Motherall with the solo shot over the right field wall. So Bermudez leading things off for the Gold Sox. Batting left-handed, pulls one over the right field wall with room to spare. And Brandon Motherall, who came into the season with 9 home runs, batting .457 with a .566 on-base percentage. He says, I'll see that home run and I'll raise you one of my own. Gold Sox now ahead 2-0. Still in the bottom of the first inning. Only one away. Here's Hunter Haynes. First pitch to Haynes. Misses outside. Haynes, left-handed batter, facing the right-handed throwing Maddock. And the 0-1 delivery. Fastball, and that was on the outside part of the plate. Haynes went around on it as well. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Bottom of the first inning, the Gold Sox take the early lead off 2 big flies off the bat of Bermudez and Motherall. The 0-1 delivery catches the outside part of the plate in there for a called strike. Nope, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Brad Madison waits on deck. Blake Maddock looks in. He's got the sign, the 1-2 delivery in the dirt. That one scoots away just a bit from McClellan, rolls over to the feet of Hunter Haynes, who apparently played soccer at some time, does the quick stop. Expected him to maybe pop it up, juggle the ball a little with his feet, and then hit it through the goalposts. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Haynes, and the pitch on the inside part of the plate, called strike 3. The pitch looked to be a bit inside to Haynes. The Gold Sox will have no problem with that so long as it's called consistency. If they know that's where the part of the plate they've got to cover, then they will. 2 down, 2 strikeouts. So it's sort of feast or famine for Blake Maddock here in the first inning. He's got 2 strikeouts. He's surrendered 2 home runs. Here's Brad Madison. First pitch to Madison. Way outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Matt Smith in the on-deck circle. The 1-0 delivery to Madison. That one also misses outside. Madison, homegrown product from Yuba City, went to Yuba City High School. Several folks on the club undoubtedly using bats from the Madison Bat Company. That one misses inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Madison was tearing it up the first third of the season, went into a slump, and has come back with a vengeance. And I would say reputation precedes him, because on 4 pitches, Madison draws the 2-out walk, so he's standing on first base. Here's Matt Smith. Last night, if you listen to the broadcast, don't be fooled by the batting average. He's batting .188, but he's got a .394 on-base percentage. If he gets a hold of one, he can tattoo it quite a ways. Last night, that batting average meant nothing. Smith got on base, came around, scored. He was a terror on the paths. First pitch on the outside part of the plate. No balls, 1 strike to the right-hander. The 0-1 delivery also on the outside of the plate, so Blake Maddock stray dogging it. If you feed a stray dog, they'll come back to eat every time. And right now, Maddock is feeding on the outside part of the plate to right-handed hitters. Same spot inside to lefties. The 0-2 delivery, high, just above the letters. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That spot that led to 2 strikes to Smith was the same spot that looked to be a bit inside, called strike 3 to Haynes. The 0-2 or the 1-2 pitch, swing and miss. So, first inning done. Maddock gave up 2 home runs, a base on balls, and base on balls and struck out 3. We're through 1. Sox with the early lead, 2-0. Top of the second coming up. Don't go away.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably?
It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Gold Sox Baseball, presented by Lininger Injury Lawyers, exclusively on KUBARadio.com.
Top of the second inning. How about if I turn the volume up of the microphone so folks can see me? Doing play-by-play in pantomime. Top of the second, leading off for the San Francisco Seals. They send Keon Johnston to the plate. It'll be Johnston, Cody Gardner, Connor McClellan. Those are the first 3 scheduled. And Keon Johnston is the Sierra Central Credit Union K-Man player of the game. If he strikes out in any at-bat between now and the 7th inning, including the 7th, after the 7th, the promo has to go away. If he strikes out, folks in the stands get discounted 16-ounce Coors Lights for 10 minutes. 2 balls, no strikes, the count to Johnston. Now, that's not his fault. Those have been easy takes. Ben Eldar on the mound for the Gold Sox. The lefty looks in. He's got the sign, the pitch. There's a drive to center. Matt Smith breaks back on it, then sprints forward. That gets under his glove as he goes into a slide to try to pick that one up. Smith gambled, thought he might be able to get that one on the fly, but it scooted underneath his glove. Luckily, folks are backing him up. It does allow Johnston to get to second base. Looking out at the scoreboard, I don't think they're going to charge him with an error, but we shall see. I would be surprised if they did, but the Seals in business here. Top of the second inning, Sox with a 2-0 lead over the Seals. And leadoff hitter for the Seals standing on second base. First pitch to Cody Gardner, the designated hitter. That looked like a slider that caught the outside part of the plate to the left-handed batting Gardner. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 delivery. That one in the dirt. Gardner holds up on it. Folks, I'll make the same offer that I make every game. If you'd like to interact with me, if I'm pronouncing a name wrong, if you have a comment about a player, caveat, something I can repeat on the air. So those of you who know who I'm looking at you. Feel free to comment with me on Twitter. I'll give you the handle in just a moment. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Gardner. There's a shot up the right side, but foul. And roll over the wall, or over the railing, just in front of the Sullivan Yuba City Dodge Pavilion. That looks like a comfortable place to sit. The stand-up chairs, the cover over the top. Designated individual to provide beverages to your choosing. That's a nice place to take in the game, but if you sit out there, bring a glove. Actually, regardless of where you sit in this park, bring a glove. This is Souvenir Haven. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Misses just a bit inside that pitch. 2-2 the count to Cody Gardner. The Twitter handle I told you about, at @MarkToddK. That's at @MarkToddK. I check that frequently throughout the game. Send me direct messages or just tweet something and make sure I'm included so that I can respond. That's fouled back to the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes, still the count to the left-handed batting Cody Gardner. Ben Eldar, the lefty on the mound for the Gold Sox. Nobody out here, top of the second. Gold Sox with a 2-run lead. For those of you just tuning in, I'll tell you how the Sox got those 2 runs in just a moment. That's on the right side. Terrazas has it at second, throws over to Sheehan at first. 1 down. Keon Johnston moves to third on that play. So that'll be 4-3 on the putout. Here's Connor McClellan. Will Bermudez led things off in the bottom of the first for the Gold Sox. First pitch he saw, tattooed it over the right field wall. Sox led 1-0. Brandon Motherall came up 2 batters later. Said, Mr. Bermudez, I will follow your benevolent example. And hit a shot over the right field wall that's probably still on its way to Olivehurst. And that's how the Gold Sox took the 2-0 lead. Top of the second now. 1 out, 1 on. That runner is at third, so the Seals are threatening. At the plate, Connor McClellan swings at the first pitch he sees. No balls, 1 strike. The second pitch, that's a drive to right. Drifting foul. Bounced about 3-4 feet shy of the warning track and maybe 8 feet to the right of the foul line. In foul territory up the right field side. No balls, 2 strikes, the count to McClellan. McClellan, number 8 hitter in the order. After that, it's Kyler Crone, then back to the top of the order with Joe Diama. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball just a bit outside. You can hear the crowd wanted that one. Good-sized crowd on hand here tonight. Last night with the excitement of the game and the Gold Sox coming from behind to halfway through the game and able to come out with a substantial victory. That just got a buzz going through the community. That's a swing and miss into the ground. Nate Vargas comes up with it, takes a look down at third base, makes sure Keon Johnston stays put, then throws to first to complete the putout. Strikeout for Eldar, second strikeout of the game, and here's Kyler Crone. So Crone comes up with 2 down and 1 on, and that runner is at third base. So the Gold Sox trying to get out of this inning. The Seals left 2 stranded in the top of the first. Gold Sox trying to make it 3 stranded for the ball game. The first pitch to Crone, fastball misses high. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 delivery from Eldar as the emergency responders go behind us. You can hear those sirens. That's fouled off to the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Beautiful night here at Hard Rock Park. Very mild temperatures, a slight breeze. The wind blowing slightly in. See that flag in center field moving. The 1-1 pitch fouled into the backstop. So Eldar now ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fans filling in the lower area, the green seats, wanting an up front close-up on the action. Bleachers have fans in them too. The 1-2 delivery. Slider falls in there for a called strike 3. Eldar came back with a nasty 1-2 pitch to get the strikeout. So the Sox get her done. Seals leave 1 stranded. Bottom of the second coming up. Sox lead 2-0. Don't go away.
Your official home for Gold Sox baseball is KUBARadio.com, presented by Sierra Central Credit Union.
Sierra Central Credit Union, banking where hiding money under your mattress? How about considering another option? Investing your money can help your hard-earned dollars grow. At Sierra Central, we offer a variety of different investment options like money market accounts or term share certificate accounts. We offer competitive rates of interest, and our team of professionals will assist you and help you find the investments that are right for you. Trust our Sierra Central team of experts to take care of your hard-earned money and make it work for you.
Now, back to Gold Sox baseball with Todd Cunin.
Bottom of the second inning. Here's Isaiah Terrazas. He'll lead things off. It'll be Terrazas, Stephen Canez, and Nate Vargas. Some pretty good pop in the order there coming on as of late. Terrazas has always swung a good bat. Stephen Canez has been coming on as of late. Some key RBIs down the stretch here the last week or so. And Nate Vargas, I mean, what can you say about him? There's a high fly ball on the left side, moving over on it is Hollerback from third base spot, and that'll do it for Terrazas. Fly out to the third baseman. To finish up about Nate Vargas, I mean, he has just been such a revelation. Has raised that batting average continually all season long. The thing that really stood out was when he started adding the power to the batting average. Here's Stephen Canez. First pitch to Canez. Canez high and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Nate Vargas with 2 walk-off home runs this season. One was a 3-run shot. The other one 2 nights ago, an 11 inning, in the bottom of the 11th inning, hits a 2-run walk-off homer to give the Gold Sox the victory. 2-0 pitch to Canez. Swing and miss. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Canez. Canez has a YouTube channel. I highly recommend you check it out because it's got great content about the behind-the-scenes lives of Gold Sox players in a wood bat collegiate league. Canez takes that fastball on the outside part of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. His channel is Stephen Canez, STEPHENKNEZ. Very well done. I highly recommend it. The 2-2 pitch to Canez. He fouls that one in and out of the glove of Connor McClellan. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Canez. He's not the only one with the YouTube channel. We'll talk about others in just a moment. Swing and miss, strike 3. Canez on his horse down to first, so they have to throw down to complete the out because the ball popped out of the glove of the catcher. That's a strikeout. 4 strikeouts on the game. So despite giving up 2 home runs in the first, allowing the Gold Sox to take the early 2-0 lead, Blake Maddock on the mound has pitched through that adversity and is still pitching well. 4 strikeouts. Here's Nate Vargas. And a 2-run lead. Look, it's going to take a lot more to win this ball game, as it typically does. Can't really feel comfortable till you get into double digits, and even then, be careful how easily you breathe. First pitch out of the zone to Vargas. 1 ball, no strikes. Left-hander facing the right-handed throwing Maddock. That's a swing and miss. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the second. Gold Sox with the 2-0 lead. Blake Maddock, the 1-1 delivery. That one's in the dirt. Easy take by Vargas. 2 balls, 1 strike. Top of the order waits on deck. Will Bermudez. Talk about economy in pitches seen. 2-1 pitch misses inside, so Vargas. 3 balls, 1 strike. Will Bermudez saw 1 pitch in the top of the first, and he put it over the wall. 3-1 pitch inside, so Vargas with 2 down draws the walk. Setting the table for Bermudez. Makes his way to the plate. Bermudez got things going for the Sox. So Bermudez, this puts Maddock pitching out of the stretch. Snap throw over to first base. Vargas, very lucky there. Maddock caught him leaning the wrong way. Vargas, back with a head first slide, just gets back in time. Maddock has got the sign, come set, another throw over to first. Tag applied by Johnston, but just a bit late. Maddock on the mound. Once Bermudez gets set, Maddock leans over, takes the sign, now comes set, glove below the belt. Right-hander delivers. That one misses just a bit inside to the left-handed batting Bermudez. Bermudez, a switch hitter, batting left-handed against the right-handed throwing Blake Maddock. 2 down, 1 on. Gold Sox lead 2-0. Bottom of the second. And the pitch, a little flare on the left side. Could be trouble for the Sox, moving over on it all the way to the rail. And then watching it fall out of play is Joe Hollerback. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Will Bermudez. John Sheehan, who struck out in the first, waits on deck. So the umpire says, let's get back at it. Maddock leans in. He's got the sign. Comes set, the pitch. There's a shot on the right side. That could get her done for the Seals. Moving in on it is Mills, who scoops it up, throws over to first. It looked a bit wide. The Gold Sox dugout thought it pulled Johnston off the mound, but the field umpire said, nope, they got him. So that'll do it for the Sox. We're through 2. Top of the third coming up, and the Gold Sox lead 2-0. Don't go away.
This is Gold Sox Baseball with Todd Cunin, presented by Sierra Central Credit Union, exclusively on KUBARadio.com.
At Social Security, we are always thinking of ways to save you time and make things easier. That's why we created My Social Security. Opening a My Social Security account gives you secure access to your personal record and interactive tools tailored for you. You can see if you are eligible to receive benefits, view spousal benefit estimates, and compare retirement benefit estimates at different ages or dates when you want to start receiving benefits. Already receiving benefits? Use your account to change your address, set up or change direct deposit, get a proof of income letter, and more. In most states, you can also request a replacement Social Security card. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount. Social Security. Securing today and tomorrow.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Now, back to Gold Sox Baseball with Todd Cunin.
Top of the third coming up, and it's the top of the lineup for the San Francisco Seals. Gold Sox lead 2-0. Sox scored their 2 runs in the bottom of the second. Home runs by Bermudez and Motherall. Big Ben Eldar back on the mound. First pitch to Joe Diana. Misses just a bit low and outside. Lefty on lefty. Diana and Eldar. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. That's a high fly ball to shallow right field, drifting into foul territory. Moving over on it is Terrazas from the second base spot, who makes the catch about 2 steps into foul territory, and maybe 40 feet past first base into the outfield. And there's one away. Nice play of all the people moving over on that ball, which would be Sheehan at first, Terrazas at second, and Hunter Haynes out in right field. I think Terrazas actually had to go the furthest, but he tracked it down. So here's Brian Rosario. Rosario pulls that one off. Foul on the third base side. Comes to rest just in front of the third base dugout where the Seals are calling home during this ball game. The 0-1 pitch to Rosario from Eldar. That's a roller over to Terrazas as seconds. Got it. Throws over to Sheehan. Easy put out, 4-3, and there's 2 away here in the top of the third. Joe Hollerback now the batter. Hollerback singled with 2 down in the first. The Seals started to get something going in the first. With 2 down, Hollerback singled, and Chris Mills walked. Then Eldar knuckled down and struck out Christensen to end the inning, stranding the 2. First pitch a bit low and outside to Hollerback. 1 ball, no strikes. Gold Sox and Seals facing here in the second round of the West Coast World Series. Swing and miss at that first pitch, or the second pitch of the at-bat. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Sox lead 2-0. Sox 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. The 1-1 delivery. There's a high fly ball. Drifting foul over to right. Hunter Haynes gives chase. Then he has to slow up. The ball did bounce in foul territory, but when you get to the bullpen over there, fielders have to negotiate the mounds. There's 2 pitcher's mounds there, the dirt area where the catcher's set up, and if you're not familiar with it, Hunter Haynes, recent addition to the ball club, also have to negotiate running into the wall. That's probably the biggest impediment to catching that. There's a foul ball. Well, it looked like it. I thought the umpire was calling foul. He said it was a fair ball up the third base side. Nate Vargas came out from behind the plate, scooped it up, went to throw over to first, but threw high. I think the confusing thing there is that the home plate umpire made noise. And the reason that's confusing is when a ball is hit fair, umpires don't typically say anything if it's a call. They just point fair. If the ball is hit foul, then they'll raise their hands and yell foul ball. But on a fair ball, they don't call it fair. They just point. Well, the home plate umpire made noise, and the first reaction is to think, okay, it must be a foul ball. And there was a lot of hesitancy. Might not mean anything because the next pitch to the next batter, skied high to Matt Smith in center field, who hauls it in. That's Chris Mills. So after Hollerback reaches on the error and advances to second base, Mills swings at the first pitch he sees, flies out to Matt Smith, and that'll take care of the Seals in the top of the third. Bottom of the third coming up. Gold Sox lead 2-0. Don't go away. We'll be back after this brief message.
Es la hora del almuerzo y América, de 26 años, está ayudando en el restaurante de su familia. Pero no hace mucho tiempo las cosas podrían haber sido muy diferentes. Los riñones de América estaban fallando.
Mis padres estaban muy preocupados. No sabía si yo iba a tener otro día con mi familia.
Se salvó cuando recibió el regalo de vida, un riñón de un donante de órganos.
Pero para mí, el regalo más hermoso es que yo puedo compartir el amor de mi familia, aunque sea un día más.
Hoy está ayudando a su familia y terminando la universidad también.
Un donante de órganos hizo posible una segunda oportunidad a mi vida.
Inscríbase hoy mismo y avise a su familia que desea ser donante de órganos, córneas y tejidos. Visite donaciondeórganos.gov. Departamento de Salud y Servicios Humanos de Estados Unidos. Administración de Servicios y Recursos de Salud.
This is Gold Sox Baseball with Todd Cunin, presented by Sierra Central Credit Union, exclusively on KUBARadio.com.
Bottom of the third inning is upon us. John Sheehan, new addition to the ball club. He'll be leading things off. Right-hander, he struck out in the first inning after the Bermudez leadoff home run. That strikeout sandwich, bookended by home runs. It was the strikeout sandwich. The meat is always the sandwich, right? But the bread in that sandwich were home runs by Bermudez and Motherall. And Sheehan tips the first pitch he sees. I think that got a piece of Connor McClellan. The catcher bounces forward. He picks it up, walks it a little bit of the way out to his pitcher. No balls, one strike to count to John Sheehan. 0-1 pitch, low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. It'll be Sheehan, Motherall, and Hunter Haynes. Sheehan, big right-hander playing over at first base. Breaking ball. Just a bit low, maybe a bit outside on the right side, outside of the plate to the right-handed batting Sheehan. That was 2-0, and then Maddock comes back with a fastball, also low and away. So 3 balls, 1 strike to count to Sheehan. The 3-1 pitch, fastball right on the outside part of the plate. The count now full, 3-2. Brandon Motherall in the on-deck circle, paying close attention to Maddock. 3-2 pitch, low and outside. So John Sheehan with the leadoff walk here in the bottom of the third. The Gold Sox lead 2-0. Brandon Motherall's homer in the first was the second of those 2 runs. So he comes up now with Sheehan at first. Blake Maddock on the mound for the Seals. He's looking into McClellan. Getting signs. Now he comes set, glove just below the belt, and the pitch. Motherall fouls that one off the left side. Not a play, no balls, 1 strike. We're about 45 minutes into this ball game at this point. Bottom of the third inning, the Gold Sox with the 2-0 lead. Sox 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error. There's a high drive to right center field. Moving back on it is Crone. It goes over his head, bounces off the warning track at the base of the wall. Sheehan had to hold up on it because he didn't know if Crone was going to track it down in center. He did not. Once he saw the ball hit the ground, he was on his horse, made it to third, and Brandon Motherall in with a stand-up double. So Motherall on the night, a home run, a double. And the Gold Sox, with nobody out here in the bottom of the third, are in business. Here is Hunter Haynes. I mentioned Stephen Kinez's YouTube channel. Hunter Haynes and Kevon Ebron have one. It's Hunter and Kevon. That's Kevahn, I believe. That's a hilarious YouTube channel as well. A lot of baseball content. Highly recommend that you check that one out as well. First pitch, swing and miss to Haynes. The 0-1 pitch misses just a bit inside to the left-handed batter. Lefty on righty. Hunter Haynes struck out for the second out of the inning in the first. The 1-1 pitch. That one catches the inside part of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Haynes played his first game for the Gold Sox. I think it was Thursday night, last Thursday. Maybe it was either Thursday or Friday. I have a good memory. It's just short. All I know is his first pitch was a pinch hit home run as he fouls that one off the iron that holds up the protective netting. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. It was a pinch hit affair, and he homered the first pitch he saw over the right field wall. What a way to ingratiate yourself to the ball club. That was the first of 2 home runs he hit for the Sox before the West Coast World Series began. On a 1-2 pitch, Haynes swings through that one. So second strikeout of the game for the big fella, Hunter Haynes, out in right field. Here's Brad Madison. So here's Brad Madison. Madison walked in the first. First pitch to Madison in there for a called strike. Just swinging such an awesome bat lately. Righty on righty. This 0-1 pitch to Madison. Swing and miss. Looks like Maddock took something off that one. Came back with a changeup. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Matt Smith waiting in the on-deck circle. Smith struck out to end the first. He'd like to get back up with somebody in scoring position. RBI opportunity. The 0-2 pitch misses just a bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the third. The Gold Sox with a 2-run lead over the San Francisco Seals. 1-2 delivery, swing and a miss, strike 3. Madison has to Madison has to run down. Strike 3, I was thinking strike 3, but there's only 2 out. So second strikeout of the inning for Maddock. Here's Matt Smith. After giving up the 2 home runs to the first and third hitters he faced in the first, Blake Maddock is starting to accumulate the strikeout totals. We're through 2 2/3 innings as the first pitch misses high and away to Smith. And Maddock already with 6 strikeouts through 2 2/3. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Matt Smith, who swings through that off-speed pitch, 1-1. Isaiah Terrazas in the on-deck circle. Terrazas popped out to the third baseman to lead off the second inning. The 1-1 delivery. Breaking ball just off the outside part of the plate. 2 down, 2 on, runners at second and third. Brandon Motherall with the double after the Sheehan walk put the runners where they are on the paths. The 2-1 delivery. Call strike. Looked to be just a bit off the outside part of the plate, but again, consistently called there. Gold Sox have to cover. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the third, the 2-2 delivery. Swing and miss, strike 3. So 7 strikeouts on the night through 3 innings for Maddock. Gold Sox with the 2-run lead. Top of the fourth coming up. We'll be back in just a moment.
Every year, Steve Faircal climbs the stairs at the John Hancock Center in Chicago, 94 floors to the top.
It's called the hustle up the Hancock.
It's hard to believe when you watch Steve today that a few years ago, his lungs were failing and he was fighting to survive.
For 8 hours a day, someone was pounding on my chest to try and keep my lungs clear. I honestly don't think I had more than a couple weeks to live.
That's when Steve received the gift of life, a double lung transplant made possible by an organ donor.
After I got my new lungs, I started doing things that I had never been able to do. I never knew that breathing could feel this good.
Steve climbs to honor his donor and to raise awareness for organ, eye, and tissue donation.
Wouldn't you like that when you left this beautiful planet, that you could save a few lives on your way out? It's an incredible gift.
Imagine what you could make possible by leaving behind the gift of life. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Top of the fourth inning. George Christensen leading off for the Seals. He struck out to end the first. Ben Eldar on the mound for the Sox. Lefty on lefty. First pitch in there for a called strike on the inner third of the plate to the left-handed batting Christensen. No balls, 1 strike. Gold Sox with the 2-run lead, 2-0 over the San Francisco Seals. That's fouled off to the left side, so Eldar now ahead in the count, 0-2. The 0-2 delivery, That's hit back up the middle. Eldar snags it and then one hops it over to Sheehan. The ball gets away from him. So Eldar did a great job to snare that one, then just a bit too casual with the throw over to first base. Kind of pats himself on the chest saying, my bad. He knows that was a mistake. Because the ball went into the dugout for the Gold Sox, didn't have to be a contested charge over to second base. Christensen takes second base because the ball was out of play. So here's Keon Johnston, K-Man player of the game. If he strikes out, it's discounted Coors Lights for the folks in the stands for 10 minutes following the game. However, he didn't oblige his first time up and not going to do so this time. He pops out to Isaiah Terrazas at second base on the first pitch that he sees. In the second inning, he doubled. So Keon Johnston says to the crowd, discounted Coors Lights, not on my watch. Here's Cody Gardner, designated hitter. Grounded out to Terrazas at second, back in the second inning. Comes up here with one down and one on. Christensen with the lead off second. First pitch. This is just a bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0 delivery misses just a bit inside. So Eldar looking to work inside out to Cody Gardner. Behind in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. 1 down, Gold Sox lead 2-0 over the San Francisco Seals here in the top of the 4th. Swing and miss at the 2-0 pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Cody Gardner. Connor McClellan waits on deck. Swing and a miss at the 2-1 delivery. So now things evened up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 down, top of the 4th. Just about an hour into this ball game. Folks say an hour in and it's 9 o'clock. What time did you start? Normally it's a 7 o'clock start time. That one a bit low and inside, so now the count is full. Regular season games on Saturday nights start at 7 o'clock, but for the West Coast World Series, because we're playing 4 a day, this game had a scheduled start time of 7:30, but the game that preceded it went a little long, so we didn't get underway until a little after 8 p.m. The 3-2 pitch to Gardner misses low and away. So Gardner with the walk. First base was open. 1 down. That brings up Connor McClellan.
Catcher number 11 for the Seals, Connor McClellan.
Connor McClellan steps in after the walk to Cody Gardner. McClellan struck out in the second inning. This is the second time he's facing Ben Eldar. No activity in either bullpen. It's a 2-run ball game. Sox ahead 2-0. Check swing comebacker. Now that gets underneath the barehand attempt by Eldar. Terrazas backing up the play, has it bounce out of his glove. I don't know if by the time Terrazas got to it, he would have had time to throw the runner out at first. I don't think they're going to give him an error, but 1 down and the bases are loaded. So the Gold Sox take the early 2-run lead, but are trying to get out of a jam here in the top of the 4th. Pitching coach going to go out and have a word with Eldar. Yeah, no activity in the bullpen, so, and nobody running down to the bullpen during this mound visit. Just some miscues out there in the outfield. Eldar with the errant throw over to first in what should have been the first out of the inning to Christensen. Now with the bases loaded, runners in at the corners. I think that mound visit may have also been to verbalize to the ball players out there, set the defensive positions. Sheehan playing in at first, Madison in at third. Middle infielders at double play depth. 1 ball, no strikes. The count to Kyler Crone. The pitch, fastball on the outside part of the plate, 1-1. That was a reach back fastball. Here, try to hit this one. Didn't even swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 down, top of the 4th, bases loaded. Swing and a tip in and out of the glove of Vargas. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Kyler Crone. Eldar looks in, gets the sign from Vargas. Strikeout situation, bases loaded. The 1-2 delivery, fastball, swing and miss, strike 3. So Eldar gets himself into a bit of a jam and just says, you know, I know how to get out of this one here. Try to hit some smoke, and that wasn't happening. 2 down now, back to the top of the order. Joe Diama, left-handed batter, steps in. He walked in the first, popped out to Terrazas to lead off. Popped out to Terrazas to lead off the third. Diama steps in, crowding the plate. Diminutive left-handed batter. First pitch from Eldar, called strike, slider. Catches the inside part of the plate as it crosses. No balls, 1 strike to count to Joe Diama. Bases loaded, top of the 4th. Sox ahead 2-0, but the Seals are threatening. And Eldar comes back with a curveball that drops in there for a called strike. Now he's ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Crowd into it. Just a moment ago, you could hear the younger fans chanting. They're trying to get it going again. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.